Hey guys, it's your boy Aries. We have a very important topic today. We are going to be talking about some of the fundamentals that I use to min-max my build and how you can use them too. There are some crazy things in here, okay? This league, I got shown one of these. I don't know where this has ever been. I don't know if it's always existed. I don't know if it's brand new, but it is absolutely mind-blowing, and my jaw was dropped the minute I was shown it. You can basically destroy and change your POB with a few clicks of a button and find your best routes very simply. So I'm going to try to explain these in the simplest way I can. We're going to talk about some of the things that I look for and what you can look for. So my KB is going to be here. We'll come out of this node. We have our damage on the left-hand side. When I'm reading my damage, I have average damage here. I have total DPS and combined DPS. I'm always looking for combined DPS. This is the number I strictly have my eyes on here. The main topic we're going to have is with your price per point or the value of a skill point and how to maximize that value depending on what you're looking for. I wanted to give this an example here of what not to look at. You have this one here, right? You have average damage here. This is average damage, and you have total DPS. I am always reading the total DPS. I would not be baited by the average damage up top. You really want to try to calculate here, or at least this is the way I do it. This is the way that works best for me. So we're going to be talking about two topics here. Now, this is an example why I would go by that bottom number, because it's almost double the value of that point I was just looking at. The way I'm going to do this is we're going to click on 3 points, okay? When I click on all these 3 points, we're going to calculate the price. By calculating the price, or to calculate the price, I can come back however many I want to go. So say I was dealing with a cluster, a 12 passive cluster, or a series of points, however it may be. I'll go from my starting location back to what I'm considering pulling. Say, for this instance, I'm pulling 3 nodes back. When I pull these 3 nodes back, it is going to look like this. We have our hit DPS, and this is that example. If we went by average, our hit DPS is almost double. Super, super important if you're trying to, whatever you're going for. Now, down here at the very bottom, we have this number, right? Is 2.3% per point. So this is calculating what it would do when we come back one. Now, we went back 3 nodes, right? So our number here is times 3. Times 3 is what? 6.9. So it's already calculated everything. We didn't have to do anything. It already has my number right there. I take 3 points out. It's 6.9. I know that it's 22.3% per node. And this is going to lead into what our next thing is. That's very, very important. Now, our other thing here is EHP. So I do gain some ES here. This is also very important for my build. So you might have ES, you might have life, you might have all these other things that are, really, really nice. Now, this leads to, at your very bottom, it's going to take a while to load this, and it's going to teach you a lot of things about your build that you may not know. It taught me something I completely didn't know. We have show node power. When I go for DPS, we always go for combined. If you go here too, if it says building tree, I did notice, if it doesn't say building tree, it will fail. So I've seen a couple of these nodes that do fail. Now in here, I can do anything. So I can search for combined DPS. I can go hit DPS. I can go average hit, attack speed, ES, survivability, int, whatever I want. Like EHP, like it's just crazy. It's crazy what you can do in here. Spell suppression. I can know where my spell suppression is. I can know... It went as far as move speed. I can calculate move speed here. Like, so nuts. And when you read this, you have different colors here. The lighter the red, the less it does. The brighter the red, the more it does. So it gives you a visual example too, which is really, really nice. This was one of the things here, right? This is something that taught me about my build. When it lit up this mana, I went, okay, I have mana here. Why is that damaged? So I'm going, okay, let me backtrack into my build. Where is my mana coming from? Is it coming from Ascendancy? I knew I did have mana over here. And you could go as far as, searching mana here. It'll highlight and tell me what it is. So Sanctuary of Thoughts. All right, how much damage is coming from here? Increase AoE. That's probably not where my damage is coming from. All right. How about Anoint? Or a Keystone? Maybe it's something like that, What is getting it for me? All right, how about here? No, this is ES to spell damage. When it was actually here. Kinetic Blast to Clustering, right? Third line down. Deals added physical damage equal to your max mana. No clue this existed. I've read the skill gem, knew the explosions, knew it couldn't split, knew I had one projectile. I didn't know anything about that. Which then led to the example here, if we can find the right one, I said, mana, wait, I know mana. Mana, I have Mind Drinker. I have Mind Drinker inside my lethal. So I was able to get a lethal with mana, 5% increased strength. So I could add a whole nother node. So now it gave me double damage, strength. I don't have that node. Strength, and double damage. Now, whenever you have this whole thing loaded, right, you come down here to Show Power Report. Show Power Report just took this whole entire tree, calculated it for you, and lets you organize the way you want to see it. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. I know I have one skill point, okay? I have one skill point. Where am I going? I want just damage. Click on points. One skill point. And click on this. It's already told me. It told me that node was the most DPS right there. 3.3% DPS. All right, maybe this thing's lying. Let's see. So 3.3 DPS there, right? Next node, here. 2.3. Makes sense. 2.3, all right, does it keep going down? Okay, 2.1. Okay, it's adding up well. Okay, 1. So it keeps going down this list, and it's numerical. So depending on what I'm looking for, say I have 2 points, say I have 3, I can do something like this, and it can bunch up all these points for me. So say, you know what, maybe I can function with 2 points. So 2 points, I know this is really a lot of DPS for 2 points. Exactly the one we were talking about, right? It looped back into the mana with an int sacker. It's just what you can do is crazy. You can just make your perfect POB. You can adjust whatever. You can know if your nodes are dumb. You might be in the wrong thing. You think it's good. It'll tell you. It'll tell you real fast. You take it with a grain of salt, though. 2 more POBs that I wanted to show. So we have here. This is EHP. Okay. So we have EHP. This is a fully loaded POB. Down at the bottom, we came down here, went EHP, or effective hit pool, let it all load, show power report. Effective hit pool, it tells me that this node, let's see, it tells me this node right here is worth the same as 4 points right there, or equivalent to 13 points right here. It's already done all the math for me. Now, what is this node? Let's click it. Bam. Endurance charge. Crazy. Now, there's endurance charge. All right, well, I have another point. What is that? Aspect of stone? I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's avoid fizz. Never seen that thing in my life. But we learned something new. Maybe that, oh, that's from this new league. 3 points here. Wind Dancer. It just keeps going. And the reason why that endurance charge, just to explain why it was so strong here, is because I run Immortal Call. So you'll see my Fizz max hit and effective hit pool. As soon as I hit this, I'm gaining, what, 50... I'm gaining exactly 51.017 Fizz max hit. And that goes with... there. So 15% less physical damage per endurance charge removed. So if I'm removing another endurance charge, I'm taking less Fizz. Now, another way we can use this is here. If I were to be low on ES, right? If I'm low on ES, because I've dropped a lot for rarity. So what if I want some ES in? I could come here. My ES is loaded. Up here, it's telling me the most ES. So like here, I have 5 nodes over here giving me ES. I have more over here. It tells me that this node, individual node, is 272 ES. All right, let's check it. 272 ES and right there. 271 ES. If I take that 271 ES or 272 ES, add this to whatever this number is over here, 7086. Let's see how accurate this is. Our number comes up to 17358, right? Right there. So it's literally just right there. And if I want more, I can just look here. So I know these 2 points is 298. I can get these two right here for 231. It's actually not true because it would break that off. But I can get that one. I can get that one there and that one there. And then I can look at these 2s over here. So I have ES armor, LE-res. Maybe I need LE-res. And you can literally just break down your whole entire POB with how many points you want to use with anything. I hope you guys like that. This is crazy. So I don't know. Hopefully people use this because this is really, really good. I will be using this a ton. I don't use this feature that much, but it does help sometimes when you're stuck. But now the price per is absolutely like mind-blowing. Another thing that I want to talk about is this situation. I get asked this sometimes, and I see this in like global chat and stuff like that, is, you know, what skill gem am I putting in? Take this with a grain of salt, but it's something very, very simple that I didn't actually know until recently. I've never done this. I'll be honest. I figured it out this league, or I got told it this league. I'm going to rip out item rarity. So I'm ripping item rarity out of my build, okay? I don't need it anymore. What am I using? I could go with like Awaken Ellie. I could go with like, do I use like Trinity? What am I using? We figure it out. When you click this to add your new gem, it is already calculating what the most damage is. It goes in numerical. So it's showing on my right side 31.5 for increased crit damage. Now, Awaken Ellie, it's showing here. And this is exactly why I tell you to take this with a grain of salt. Because this is right. This is right. Then you deal with something like Awaken Ellie Focus, right? You cannot inflict elemental elements. So if I know elemental damage is here, right? And then we go Awaken Ellie Focus. Let's see. So we have Awaken Focus. These are my 2 damage numbers. So it's 17 mil into 23 into 23, right? Very, very close. Except LE Focus, you cannot inflict elemental elements. Now, what does that mean? That means you're ripping shock off. So if you're with a build with shock, we're actually 2.3135. Now, what is this? 2.3128. And then rip shock out. You just lost 4 million DPS. And you could have instantly been baited by that mechanic right there. So you just basically just use this as a guide, but definitely don't go too far into it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. That is basically everything I wanted to talk about. I think that even just using this feature in your build, I don't think there's any way that you will not improve your build in some form of way. Like it's just, I had to make a video about it. But guys, hope to see you around on the Twitch. I've been busy making these YouTube videos, so hopefully you guys are enjoying them. I want to try to get a few more out here soon. Twitch TV Aries, I hope to see you guys. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for all the support. You guys made me feel like I made a really good choice by making my video. So, love you guys. See you. Bye.